Oh man, I can't believe this is where we are. But Donald Trump has been caught on a recording during a private event yesterday, implying that the Ukraine whistleblower should be killed, should be executed. It's not just the media that Donald Trump has no respect for. It's also whistleblowers. It's really anyone who doesn't pray at the altar of Trump. And this apparently includes killing people. Donald Trump spoke yesterday to a group of U.S. diplomatic staff in New York City, and it was recorded. The LA Times got their hands on the recording, and Trump implies that whistleblowers should be killed like we used to do with treasonous people. Take a listen to this.
But basically, that person never saw the report, never saw the call, meaning never saw the call, heard something, and decided that he or she, whoever the hell it is, sort of like almost a spy. I want to know who's the person that gave the whistleblower, who's the person that gave the whistleblower the information, because that's close to a spy. You know what we used to do in the old days when we were smart, right? With spies and treason. We used to handle it a little differently than we do now.
You know what we used to do in the old days to people who commit treason? Donald Trump is talking about killing whistleblowers, and then people in the room laugh. And, I don't know if those are nervous laughs or laughs of agreement. But the president is effectively saying here, I wish I could have Americans who are inconvenient to me politically executed. And there are reports of this recording summarizing it as Trump slams the whistleblower. It's not that Trump is slamming the whistleblower. Donald Trump is suggesting that the whistleblower should be executed. And that is obviously much, much worse. And it's not a surprise. Look at which relationships have failed under Donald Trump and which brutal dictators he is absolutely enamored with. France, Canada, Germany, the UK. Our relationships with those countries, those Western diplomatic, democratic historical allies, our relationships with them are worse than they've been in a very, very long time under Donald Trump. And then on the other hand, Donald Trump is just smitten with Putin and Duterte and Kim Jong-un and Erdogan. And, I can't even remember the full list offhand. We've since found out over the last day or so that the whistleblower, by the way, the first whistleblower, there's now news of another whistleblower, an IRS whistleblower, and we'll talk about that on Monday. We've now found out that the Ukraine whistleblower is believed to be a CIA officer who was working at the White House. And as you can imagine, the whistleblower would be at immediate risk if information about them were published. Now, before we even knew that this was a CIA officer, I said, if the whistleblower's identity becomes public, I would be extremely scared to be anywhere in public that Trumpists might be, because that person's life is immediately at risk. But even beyond that, now we know, or it's being reported by the New York Times, that this is a CIA officer. Their identity needs to be protected. Hopefully it will be. The CIA is saying that protecting the identity of the whistleblower is their, quote, highest priority. And I hope that that's the case. I would not be surprised. I hate to even dabble in this, but if by Monday we find out that Donald Trump has tweeted the name or some other information about the whistleblower, if it becomes known to him, it would be disgusting. It would be deplorable. It would be one of the worst things that I can imagine. But it would not be altogether surprising. And we will follow up on this on Monday. We will tell you about the second whistleblower on Monday. And there's so much more going on.